And once you follow these rules or regulation, you'll be and you're expected back home. So if you follow these rules, you'll be back home safely. The driver is always in charge. Avoid trying to set your own rules while being a passenger. So remember, the passenger is the other one on either the back or the left or the right to the driver. Remember, the driver is the one who controlling that vehicle. There are many passengers out there who keep making rules while on the road that could be obnoxious and may even cause some distraction. For example, don't try to be in control of the radio or give direction like a GPS device. So, if the driver is the one who is in control of the vehicle, do not give them direction because they can lose focus on the road. Ultimately, your driver needs to have some peace before hitting the road. If you're behind the wheel and you have a passenger, for instance, it might be your girlfriend, and you all are arguing in the vehicle while you're driving, you know what's going to happen. You lose concentration, and God forbid you get into an accident. Passengers in vehicles have two responsibilities. One, to avoid distracting the driver, and to help the driver avoid other distraction. So those are your two main responsibilities when you're in a vehicle and not behind the steering wheel. We all taught how to be good drivers, but what about how to be a good passenger? As I said, passengers in the vehicle have two responsibilities. Do not distract the driver, and do not distract the driver, or do not help the driver in any way. Make sure the driver stays focused. Don't let your driver get away with distracted driving, including texting and driving. Once you're texting, you're not focused on the road because your eyes are down on the phone and trying to see what you're doing. If your driver receives an important message while on the road, offer some help. And if you offer the help and they refuse, well, you can't do nothing, but do not let the driver concentrate on the phone. Another one, do not be an aggressive backseat driver. It could be irritating to be driving when a passenger on the back seat starts voicing rules like a driving instructor. Remember, you're the passenger. The person is not your student, so you're not giving the person lesson. Remember, the driver is there to keep focus on the road. If you start with these things, you know what's going to happen. And because of these, once you engage in a conversation with a person, you lose concentration of what you're doing. And this can cause accidents. As I said, remember that your driver needs to stay focused. And pointing out mistakes and direction could add more pressure and anxiety because remember, some persons cannot multitask.
The lines are now open, 465-2555. Let's take this call. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, my boy.
Yes, morning.
I listen to it and I'm laughing, right? Because this is me the one they had, because you as a driver, right? And you are a passenger now. Right, it's hard to see somebody doing wrong and doing something. So in a tendency we have to say, by look out, they can't stop. So it's a difficult reason. The one there, it's difficult. Now I could understand you behind and you're distracting the driver, but when you're in front, right, you are like what they say, a co-pilot, right? So you have to help the driver. If you're seeing like in a this because we got some patrols. Well, they're doing a good job now trying to cover them up. But sometimes the driver they and here realize they're like, look out, now watch it, a patrol like, why you gonna stop? Oh, he making a white turn now, like, so how do you call that, Miss Henry? I can't really listen after you. But good job. I understand what you're saying, but that one day, Miss Henry, it's tight. I'm telling you, because I got a sister, right? Lot of mercy. I tell her, what's here? When I drive in, please go in the back. Because I swear if she driving instead of me. All of a bit, and I understand. And that's why I tell you, right? The one day hard, Miss Henry. It is very, very, very hard. I trust me now, it's hard. Good job, though.
All right. Thanks for your call, Bucky. Any response, Miss Henry?
Yes, Bucky, yes. I know it is very hard because sometimes you're on the other side and we have people driving, you're pressing brakes and you're not the one behind the wheel. Yes, but sometimes excessive talking to the person could distract them. If you see something coming, you could say, okay, look out. But sometimes the driver ain't even realizing what it is and they stop sudden. Before you approach whatever, you could talk to the driver, but not excessive talking. Because that could lose concentration. I know. Yes.
Let's continue till we get some more calls.
As I said, as I was just saying, stay alert. Give your driver a second set of eyes by paying attention. Yes, Bucky. You give them a second set of eyes. You pay attention for them and also for yourself, but do not just keep talking. Some people just can't stop talking. You're going to start from the time the vehicle start up till you reach your location. But the second set of eyes are very good. And always remember to wear your seat belt. Wearing a seatbelt is one of the safest ways of saving your life from a car crash. Remind your driver also to wear his seatbelt. More call?
No, not at the moment.
The entry and exit of a passenger must be done in optimal safety condition. Yes, you don't just come and open a door, especially if you're in traffic. Because sometimes you open the door and a vehicle is coming up. Remember, it's optimal condition. The greatest care must therefore be taken when opening the door so as not to obstruct traffic on the road. So once you're getting off a vehicle, you make sure you look to see that nothing is coming from either behind or in front. The driver also do the same. Make sure that you not obstruct the traffic by opening your door. Because someone could be coming up and you open the door, an accident.
Yep.
So the driver must also look. Don't show your driver things on your phone.
Stick a pin and remember that that's thought process there.
Yes.
Good morning. You're live.
And good morning to you, Sergeant. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm here listening, and it's a very interesting topic. And the bottom line is that the driver should be focused, because it's amazing, because you have to take into consideration we are not in the 1950s and 60s. There's a lot of vehicles on the road. And as simple as you see it, as soon as you get distracted, you could be onto somebody's vehicle. And you realize there's a lot of accidents where persons are running into the back of person. It simply means you're not concentrating. So you couldn't put it better. The driver should be always focused, and anything can distract the driver. And even sometimes in the bus, but it go both ways, because some of the bus drivers, they themselves are irritating. You know what I mean? So some of the passengers need to understand that the driver is in control. And you normally find an accident, normally nothing happened to the driver, because the driver is aware what is coming. You as a passenger, you're basically, you're leaving everything up to the driver. So it's very important that person understand the driver should be focused and just try not to distract the driver as much as possible. The driver in turn need to stay focused, and if you find yourself being distracted, either you stop the bus, ask the person either to get off of your vehicle, or do something where you just need to stay focused. Because at the end of the day, accidents are very expensive, especially if you run into some of these top-of-the-line vehicles. Just one mirror or a light can cost you thousands of dollars. So I'm encouraging even myself, we need to stay focused when we're on the road, stay focused. That's why it's good to get rest. Make sure you spoke about it one time, Miss Henry. Check your vehicles. A lot of people don't check their vehicle. They just jump into the vehicle and that's it. But it's important that you check your vehicle because you could have maybe a flat tire. You're not realizing that the tire is going down. But these things are necessary. But it's a very good topic, so I'll give somebody else an opportunity if they want to speak about it. But continue doing what you're doing, Sergeant Henry. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. Let's take this call. Good morning, your life.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Question. Is it right or is it okay for a passenger bus full of passengers to go at the gas station and collect gas while the passengers are in the bus? I listen off here.
Thank you for your question. Sergeant Henry?
There's nothing in law, but remember, if maybe the bus is being low on gas, so he have to fill up. It doesn't say it's right or wrong.
Okay.
Yes, but once they are going to the bus station, that's a way of bus route, that is okay.
Okay. All right. You remember your thought process now?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Lelo, don't show your driver's things on your phone and avoid your own distracting behavior. That could distract the attention from the road. For example, do your best to avoid an argument or disagreement with your driver. Yes, sometimes the bus driver have up their music loud and you ask them to turn it down because something you cannot hear. And if you have your music up loud, how are you going to hear if someone is saying something? They might see something that you don't see. And if the passenger asks you to turn down your music, it is their right. Remember, they are paying for a service. Yes, it is your vehicle, but they are paying for a service. And if the driver refuses, you can always ask the driver to put you off.
Without paying?
Yes, because I didn't reach my destination. Asked to put me off here.
Okay. Let's take this call. Good morning, your life.
Good morning, Mr. Libert. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
And to Miss Sophia, Sergeant Henry, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I have a few things that I really need to speak about, and very briefly, based on observation I've had recently. But one of the things significantly it is about the vehicles on the road. There are some vehicles, some apparent vehicles, doesn't have windshield. With the exception of a golf cart, has only that windshield for the golf course to protect them from any ball if it comes directly to them while driving on the course. But where does these vehicles, such as backhoes, tractors, and golf carts, who now have license plate and insured to drive on the roads and streets like other vehicles, where do they put the sticker for their license? Do they be giving certain privileges? Are they walking with them? And if a vehicle that I'm speaking about, those I just mentioned, have digit A of 3, which is March, today, this month in April, is there anyone significantly observing that to stop them to make sure, do they have the license with them? Do they have the insurance with them? Do they have the stickers with the license? That's one. Road safety. It's apparent that I believe some people just taking things for granted. When there are construction or any event on the road, now I've realized they're wearing vests. But yesterday in particular, up Timothy Hill, approaching the arch, there are people with vests on, but they're directing people with just the bare hands. And it is not visible. Coming back from that tunnel, you could see people in the distance. And without a flag, people cannot understand what direction to give them. I said to one of the men yesterday, so where's the flag? He said, you can't see me. You're always talking. I say, I don't talk, I speak. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. And my last question is, When are the traffic department going to get serious about these laws on the streets, regulation, the traffic signs and direction? Because people seems to be thinking it's okay to do and continue to do, have done before. Most of us have called in and speak of them. People are not exiting the Bodock Road and the traffic lights of the curve of Best Buy to go down the street, Steeler Christopher Street. And it's an emergency lane. It paints different than the street lane going back to Central Bank. Coming down from Rams, when are they going to at least obviously see what needs to be done? Turning into Port Dante coming from the western side, when are they going to see it's wrong to do these things? When the traffic department already does so much of good things, it is true. And I have never been rather angry or upset about all stopping people in the street. It's making the street safe for everyone, which is good. I've never, even though I'm in a hurry, I've never been angry about it or doing what's supposed to be done. And people like to see these things. But when are you all going to get as serious and prompt about these things I have said and others have called and said many weeks before, like you all be on the road and stop me. I expect to stop on the road and show my license and show my insurance. I expect that. But when are you all going to get serious about these things that I'm talking about and others have spoke about so many weeks before? When? Sergeant Henry and Mr. Liebert, I thank you all for listening and have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you for your call, Sergeant Henry.
Yes, Baco. I think Baco have a windshield in front, don't they? I think so.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but if they have a license plate, yes, they're going to go and renew their license. I must say the sticker or the vehicle license. And even if they don't and the police is out there, the police have the right to stop any vehicle once they're doing a check. So we can stop them and ask them for the relevant document. With the person you say was by the tunnel stopping vehicle, yes, they have on a vest, you should be able to see the person. I don't think they were under the tunnel. So if they're out, you must see the person when they're stopping you. And I sure it was hiding. So they were visible. Yes, they still can use the flag or something on their hand, or gloves or something. But once they're out in the light, it's lightsome, you should be able to see the person stopping you. And with the signs, yes, I've spoke about it already, coming from Birdwalk, or coming from Hobson Enterprise, going down into Cecilia Drive. That side of the road is a hard shoulder. That is a pull-off, not for you to drive and go down into there. That's the one close to Best Buy. I've spoken to it, and something should be done shortly.
Okay. You can continue with your point. I know you remember. Oh, you don't remember this time? I do apologize, Sergeant Henry. We do have about 9 more minutes before we wrap up the program for this morning. I'm just buying some time for Sergeant Henry to get her notes back together so we can continue our conversation. In the meantime, though, let's take this call. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning.
Hi, morning. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, good morning.
Yes.
West in concern to some potholes there in New Road. When you're coming down on there by the airport, you have a lot of potholes. Judging from one, you end up in the other. Coming around there by to turn into Shadwell where they got the garage, where they set up for the people and the mechanic people you got one right there. You understand? It's too much patrol, man. They need to throw some concrete or something in it. Mashing up your vehicle.
Sergeant Henry, any update on that?
I know that road should be, they should be resurfacing that road. The road should start from by the airport roundabout all the way up to Ojigot. So I know they're doing something there. So I hope someone from Public Works is listening. I don't know if they're going to try and fill up the hole before or what, but I can get on to Public Works and give them your concern, ma'am.
All right. You ready to go again? All All right. 465-2555-2555. We are discussing any issue that's on your mind at this moment, aside from what we have here on the table for discussion. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning.
Hi.
I don't know if anybody raised this concern, but there were some speed bumps that were recently redone over in Frigate area and over by the Seventh-day Adventist school. And I find that the paint that they use to highlight them is already coming off. So sometimes it's very difficult to see the speed bumps when you're coming up to them. So I don't know if something can be done where maybe they use the wrong paint or something, but I don't think it should be coming off so easily, if you know what I mean. So if that can be addressed, please, because it's very easy to miss them because half of the paint is already missing. Thank you.
All right.
Come on. Yes, I've noted that, and I will get on to Public Works or Traffic to see what can be done. I've noticed it this morning. I think it's on the left side when you're going down by the school.
I believe it was Cultural who called in last week
About that?
well, not about that in particular, but about the paint being easily removed, and he was making a suggestion for, I don't remember the term of the paint he used, but he was saying that that's something the traffic department should look into to assist with the paint on the road. Good morning, you're live.
CIC.
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing the road coming up right now, up by the Chinese.
Okay, so work is in progress.
Yeah, Public Works on the road right now.
All right, man, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some confirmation there that work is being done, and hopefully you should, address those issues in terms of potholes in that area as well. Sergeant
I know
Henry?
they are doing the roads them.
Yeah.
Passengers must keep their cool. It is advisable for passengers to always stay calm while on the road. If a driver make a mistake, keep your cool, as people make mistakes at times. Let the driver stay focused on the road by staying calm and quiet. Any extreme emotion could make things even more complicated for both you and the driver. Your driver can't handle your emotional crisis, as there's a lot to take care of while on the road. Remember, they have to stay focused, they have to concentrate. Loss of concentration can result in accident, fatality, injuries. So always stay calm when you're a passenger in a vehicle. It doesn't have to be a passenger bus, it could be a private vehicle. Always stay calm.
We can wrap it up here if you like, here, Miss Henry.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. It has been one of those morning. Every day can't be. What they say? What term did they use when they're catching fish?
Every day is not a fishing, catching day.
Yeah. There you go. So you had some fishing days, did you?
Yes.
Thanks for being here, Sergeant Henry. But before you wrap up, though, let's take this last call. Oh, if any other calls come in after this one. Good morning. You're live.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lightfoot, good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to your officer there.
Good morning.
When are they going to fix the road across 4,000 Road? It has been a lot of potholes too. And when you are going to see about the camera at the top of Baron Avenue at 4,000 Road, because I done spoke to Mr. Woosie about it, and he said he's going to look into it and make sure those cameras are working. So if you all do not take me on, I know where to go, because it's overbearing. 4,000 Road is coming like a head hazard, and nobody is looking into it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller, for that.
All right. Sergeant Henry, over to you.
Yes, you talk about...
No, I mean in terms of your wrap-up, if you have any.
So remember always to stay alert when you're driving. Remember, as a passenger and a driver, always wear your seatbelt. You're expected back home, drive safely, and drive with caution and consideration for other road users. Thank you.
Thank you as well, Sergeant Henry, and thank you to those of you listening, those of you watching, and those of you who called this morning. Stay tuned on 9 o'clock report. It's up next, Compliments to Grange.
Attention! Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man.